People, what's up? Quick video, but this is going to be on something that is totally different from my usual content. I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware that they just dropped the new Black Panther trailer from Marvel, and I've watched it several times. But mostly what I've been doing is looking at certain videos where people give their reaction to the trailer. And so far, the things that I've seen as far as the reaction from these individuals is has been pretty mind blowing. And the reason why I said that is because the way that the trailer was done and the visuals and the emotion that is within the trailer, especially when you hear the dialogue from Angela Bassett, it just takes it to a whole nother level, to the point where you feel some type of way about this movie, as well as the passing of Chadwick Boseman. I got teary-eyed a couple of times, man, when I watch this trailer. I think the movie is going to be a great movie. I hope and wish that it has as much success as the first movie had in the theaters as well as around the world. But one thing that I wanted to address was this. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen a couple of videos where some people are critiquing the trailer, and I guess that's their critique also for the movie as a whole, to where they're saying that there's not really a male presence or a big male presence in the trailer, as well as the movie itself, which I don't see how a lot of people, or the few people that I've seen, can come to that conclusion, because it's a trailer. And if you're going to do a trailer, you don't want to give away the plot. You want to keep it to where it's a mystery. One, that's going to make you want to see the movie, anyway, because it's going to heighten your curiosity. And then at the same time, you're trying to tell a story without giving away the plot of the story before the movie even comes out. So with that being said, I guess a lot of these people are leaning towards, the whole feminist movement. And I guess they're trying to say that this movie has certain elements of that in it. I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with it is because I'm a comic book head. I've been knowing about Black Panther since, I was a kid. And even with Blade, and if you're familiar with Blade, you know that the way that they did Blade in the movie with the theatrical release with Wesley Snipes, that when it dropped, Blade didn't look anything like what they portrayed in the movie. He was a phenomenal fighter, but he was not a half-breed. Then on top of that, he didn't wear all black. If you go back and you look at the comic books, he didn't have a fade. He had an afro. Pretty much, Blade was kind of whack as far as from a visual point of view, but he was a hellified fighter. He was a good character. Or a good supporting character. He was first introduced, I think, in one of the Tomb of Dracula series, and that's where I first came into contact with the character of Blade. So dealing with the comic book as it pertains to Black Panther, if you've ever read the comic books, or the story that happens to be dealing with Black Panther as it pertains to the Kingdom of Wakanda, then you know that there's a certain point in time where T'Challa, or the Black Panther, is no longer the Black Panther, and Shuri ends up taking over. And then there's other times when, or through the whole storyline, where Killmonger also becomes Black Panther. But with these people saying what they're saying as far as leaning towards the whole feminist movement and whatnot, I don't look at it that way. I think they're trying to keep to the storyline of the comics, as well as putting a remix to it to make the story more interesting, as well as paying a tribute to Chadwick Boseman in the movie. And if you watch the trailer, you can see that happening throughout the trailer. But to take it into the world of reality as it pertains to this movie, because we're talking about a black civilization. So let's look at it from this perspective. With the things that black people have been going have been going through and dealing with in this country since its inception. As the years went on, as we bring it up to modern times, then where are the black men at? Now, that's not to say that there aren't any black men out here that are fighting, but when you look at this movie in comparison to what you see now, then in the movie, let's just say that it is the women that stand up. Well, is that not the same case with what we're dealing with now in modern times and in this day and time as it pertains to the black people in the United States of America? Because for the most part, black men are not standing up, and it's only a few of us that are, not to the point where we got enough of us standing up to where we can take our freedom back. And when I say take our freedom back, I'm talking about being free all the way around, complete and total freedom from a racist ass government that has always been at odds or been at war with us since they came to this country. So with that being said, why are a lot of people, or the few people that have put videos out, why is it that you can't see the correlation between a fictitious movie and what's going on in the world today as it pertains to what's going on in this country and probably around the world, as you deal with this dynamic of who is standing up for black people in black communities and for black people around the world? And 9 times out of 10, it's the fucking women, not the men. For the most part, the men don't even talk no more. You used to get them, used to be able to have them talking about certain situations, but now, you know, motherfuckers just punk out. So when it comes to this movie, even though it's a fictitious movie, it has real implications as far as how it is portraying what is going on in this country, as far as that dynamic between black men and black women, as far as who's standing up to fight for our freedom in this country. So for the black men that are doing what they're supposed to be doing in their communities and fighting the good fight, yo, kudos to you. For the ones that are not, y'all need to shut the fuck up. But at the same time, when you look at the trailer, it's not just the women that are standing up, it's the whole damn nation. And that's what needs to happen here with us as a people. Not just black men need to stand up, or a handful of black men or a handful of black women. Our entire nation needs to stand up and fight for freedom. And when I say freedom, freedom means complete freedom, meaning you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay for things that you shouldn't have to pay for. The things that you do pay for, that you own, like land or your car, why should you have to pay taxes on that every year? And I can keep going down this rabbit hole to show you the things that you shouldn't be paying for and why it makes sense not to pay for those things. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about, you know, the things that I've been seeing as far as what's been going on with this franchise, as far as the Black Panther, the second movie that is getting ready to drop in November of this year, and the response that I've seen that has been good as well as bad. And before I end this video, one other thing that I wanted to say, you have a lot of people that are saying that they shouldn't recast the role of or the character of T'Challa, because they don't think anyone else could come close to, you know, handling that character like Chadwick Boseman. My take on that is this: I feel like they should recast the character, and the reason why I say that is because of this. Chadwick was a phenomenal actor. He did that character justice. But at the same time, I think if he was alive and you was to ask him this question, if something was to happen to you to where you could not continue your role as T'Challa in the MCU universe, what would you want to see happen to that character? And I think he would honestly say that he would want those shoes to be filled by an actor who could carry on that legacy. So killing off the character, I think that's a no-no, man. They didn't do that with Batman. Batman had several actors who nailed the part and several actors who did not do the part justice. Even with Superman, Christopher Reeves made Superman a household name as far as when they came out with the theatrical release up until, you know, his accident. And then you had a couple of the characters a couple of the actors that tried to fill those shoes, and they couldn't do it until they got Henry Cavill. I think that's the way you pronounce his last name, and I think he's a phenomenal Superman. I think he portrays the character very well. And with me, Christian Bale, after Michael Keaton, who was the first person to play Batman as far as the theatrical release, and it was a success, I felt like he did that character justice as well. But to me, the person that I think took it to the next level and who really, really personified the physical embodiment and, you know, just the demeanor of Bruce Wayne as a whole was Ben Affleck. So if you didn't kill off these characters, why in the hell would you kill off the character of T'Challa? It was Chadwick Boseman that died, not the character T'Challa. And I think that if you really want to do him justice, then I think the character of T'Challa needs to be recast, because we only got like 1.5 movies with the Black Panther, and that was where Black Panther was introduced with the Avengers, and then, you know, the first Black Panther movie that came out. And I think there's still a lot to be told with that character. And with me, I feel like the best person who could play this part, which I think he could play Blade as well as T'Challa in the MCU universe, is Elan Noel. And that's the brother that played in the movie The First Purge. When I first saw this movie and saw this brother, his skills as far as the action sequences as well as his acting, he reminded me of a young Wesley Snipes. His mannerism, his charisma, the brother owned the part, and to be honest with you, he made the fucking movie. I mean, all the other actors in the movie was phenomenal to me. The First Purge was the best Purge movie out of all the ones that I've seen. Have not seen the last one yet. So I may change my mind after I see the last movie, but that's who I think they need to put in the role of playing T'Challa. And he has already expressed on social media that, you know, yo, let's do it. So there are petitions that are going around now online that, you know, people are hyped about recasting T'Challa. And if you look up any information on this dude, especially on YouTube, and the individual I'm talking about is Elan Noel, everybody is saying he would be the perfect one to play T'Challa. But most importantly, they're like, he would be the perfect person to play Blade. But we already have someone playing Blade, which is Mahershala Ali, and hopefully he would do that part justice. Going back to what I said about Batman, Mahershala Ali, as far as the way Blade looks now, he fits the mold as far as from a physical level. Y'all just saw me get a peace sign. That was someone that was speaking to me, so that's my little break within my commentary for what I'm doing. But let's get back to it. But he fits, you know, that whole mold as far as his build, his height. And if you look at the way that they portray Blade now, he fits. But Wesley was so damn good at the part, or playing the part of Blade, you know, even though he didn't have the height, everything that he brought to that character was just, he just smashed it, man. So I'm hoping that Mahershala Ali does the same thing as well. But we have 2 black characters in the MCU universe that have, you know, basically took the MCU franchise to a whole nother level when it comes to, you know, these comic book movies. Blade was the one who basically saved, you know, what Marvel was trying to do as far as make these movies popular. And with Black Panther, it basically crossed racial and cultural lines to the point where a lot of the videos that I looked at as far as the reaction, it was black people, brown people, white people, Indian people, all kind of people who were reacting to this. And I have not seen a video yet to where either the people did not cry, or they did cry, or they got so emotional, you know, they didn't cry, they held back the tears, but you could tell, you know, this trailer hit them in a way to where they felt and are still feeling the effects of Chadwick Boseman not being the Black Panther. So that's my take on the trailer. That's my take on how I view, you know, the people who have given a positive response as well as what I think is a negative response, even though that may not be the way that they, you know, look at it. But yeah, that's my take on it, man. So, you know, if you have any comments, you know, about how you feel about how people are reacting to this trailer, yo, leave that in the comment section. And until the next video, peace.